Well, Craigs, after the effort on Sunday, was that always going to be a tricky one this afternoon? The boys looked a bit tired at points.
No, I think that's given them an excuse. Falkirk played on Sunday as well, so there was no. I think they made 5 changes from Sunday, maybe 4. So no, there should have been a freshness. I think sometimes what you learn is you learn a little bit about players' resolve and what they've got in their locker, and a wee bit of determination about them to push on through when you go and get stuff. And to be honest, I didn't think there was an awful lot in the game. We didn't defend set plays. Simple balls into the box. It was, it's not as if it was a work routine. It was just simple balls into the box. We couldn't physically cope. So I've just said to them in there that you have to go. If there's parts of your game you think you have to work on, you've got to go and do it. The technical side we can work on, but sometimes a wee bit of application, a wee bit of desire, a wee bit of, personal appreciation of where you are in your game. You have to go and think about that, and you can affect it. And I always think, I always talk to them about affecting things they can. How much rest they have, how much food they eat, their weight, all these things. That all can be done. How much you want to run about the pitch. That's all stuff that you can affect yourself without having to go and do too much more. So I haven't had to have a little go at them too often this season. But sometimes you just need a little reminder that don't let games pass you by. Football's a short career. Some of them don't have a lot of long kind of length of time left in the contract. Even the ones that do, don't let games pass you by. You've got to go and commit in games and compete in games and show what you're all about. Don't look for excuses. And I felt tonight too many men there maybe looking for a few excuses.
The first team are an example of a busy, hectic schedule across December. Is that something that the boys maybe need to look at and take forward and think that they are going to get games in quick succession coming up, especially at this time of year?
Yeah, well, you have to live right and eat right and sleep right. That's what they have to do. That's part of learning to be a football player. It's not all about learning how to pass the ball and control the ball. There's stuff off the pitch you have to learn to go and do. So we're not too bad. I think we've got three games left before the split. We get a month off, I think, or a month without some games. So that's the time to go and work on the physical side of the game, as in weights and see if we can put some weight on some of them. We'll not do too much physical work. We'll just do more gym work and things like that. So it's just another aspect of learning how to live your life. That's what you have to do. As an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, you think you can just live and eat what you want. Next week tonight should give them a little reminder. So go home on the bus, go home in your bed, have a little think about things. If it means making a few mental notes or writing stuff down of where you think you are, where you think you're short, change it from now. Make this a watershed moment to say I'm changing from now on forward. And if you do that, then hopefully they'll improve.
Despite not quite hitting the best tonight, it was still fine margins. Jack's hit the bar, there were a few chances squandered, and is that positives that you can take forward from this?
Yeah, when you lose a game, you get a bit emotional, and you look at points of the game. But I just felt our passing was off early on, our touch wasn't right. How we received the ball to play forward as opposed to being negative and playing back. Just little things, getting into the final third. I've probably spoken this thing many times, but the final thing we do with the ball, crosses into the box. Stevie Hamill said he watches, and we do half an hour, 40 minutes crossing most days. Yet you come onto the pitch and you think you've never crossed the ball before. So that's just about going and replicating. That's what we have to do. We've got to keep going and going and going. The thing with young players sometimes is you think you've made progress and you think you've cracked something, and suddenly you get a little reminder. But it's good, it keeps you on your toes, it keeps you working away. Listen, whether we win the development league or not isn't going to affect how our clubs run. What our aim is to get as many young players into the first team as we possibly can. When they see Chris Craigan come through last year and they see Ross McLean this year, some of them have to try and take a little bit of inspiration. They're not far away. Next week tonight they're further away than what they should be. But fortunately we haven't had too many of those nights. But when you do have one, you always have to remind them, listen, let's go again, let's have a reality check and see where you are. Think about things and try and improve.
Well, as always, thanks for your time, Craigs.